Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and I am the Novice Modeller. And welcome to WARBIRDS on Wednesday, where most Wednesdays we have a look at a 1/72nd scale, normally warbird, which is to me anything that's not a fighter, because we do fighters on Fridays. And today we're going to be having a look at the Airfix AO6015 North American B-25C/D Mitchell, which I've got to be honest with you, is probably my favourite twin-engined, smallish bomber of the Second World War, because I think it's bloody gorgeous. Right, so we'll have a quick look at the history of this kit. We'll have a look at the parts, and as per usual, we'll have a look at the instructions and all the other bits and bobs that come with it. But first we'll talk about the price, because that's important. Now, I paid $22.99 on reduction from this, from a place called Charlie's. Charlie's isn't a model shop, it's just kind of a shop that sells all sorts of stuff, including tools and clothes and garden stuff. They have an Airfix stand now, and I can't go in there without not having a look at it. Anyway, I saw this and I bought it. So price-wise on eBay, seems to be around about £25 to £35 new. So $22.99 is a fair price. That's what I think anyway. Obviously, if you go into the auction world, you can probably pick one up for less than that. History of the kit. It's a new tooling from 2018. That's this one. In 2019, there was a new box released with new decals for the RAF, which is AO6015. 2019 also saw the release of AO6020, which is the Doolittle Raid version, which is where this aircraft gets its most notoriety from. And in 2023, another version was released, AO6015A, which looks to be a North African desert theme. This one's got some kind of interesting decals on it, but we'll show you them later. Incidentally, when I was looking at this, I did actually find that the second most numerous user of the B-25 Mitchell was not the RAF, it was the Soviet Union. Didn't know that. So there we go. Something new information for you maybe. So let's have a look at these parts. And this is kind of nice. I mean, I built the old Lady Luck when I was a kid, and made a bit of a mess of it. I seem to remember I couldn't get the undercarriage to work properly. So here we have the fuselage, one side, indented panel lines right the way along. We've got a big section here, which we'll show you later, which is kind of weird. We've got mounting points for our wings. We've got a couple of little windows to go in. There's our cockpit, and this is the glazed nose version. Obviously the other side is kind of similar. We've got quite a nicely detailed sort of cockpit floor here, pilot and co-pilot here, and obviously there's a hatch down to the lower levels, and looks like we've got a jump seat in the back for someone. What the hell is this part? That's another piece of the flooring for the rear of the aircraft, I'm thinking, with an access point into the ventral gunner. Here we have our engine nacelles. Looks like we've got some access panels there. Some nice markings along the top. There's a wing spar with some detail for the interior as well. That's nice. Wires and cables and what have you. These are the two sections of the tail. Obviously they need to be put together. I think that's why that's one of my favourites. I like twin tails. This is kind of interesting. We get this section here, which is for the bomb bay doors to be open, and you get these nice side panels, so you can see where you can see into the bomb bay. You've got detail there. That's pretty nice. What's going on the undersurfaces and interiors? We've got a whole load of ribbing and whatnot on for the interior of the cockpit and crew areas. Looks like we've got ribbing going on the insides here with the nacelles as well, which is pretty nice. More detail on the wing spar. Ample mounting points for the tail. Nice. I like. Ooh, I can't wait to build this one. Propeller. It's got some nice detail on there as well. Two of them, obviously. We've got the upper section of the wing. Yeah, upper. Yeah, this is the upper section of the wing. Yeah, of course it is. Okay, so we've got a whole load of detail going on here. Nice markings where there should be. Access panels. Ailerons to be fitted separately. This is the bomb bay in the closed position. So no fiddling around trying to put two pieces together there. Nice one, Airfix. Here we have the undersurface of the wings. Again, loads of detail. Space for the engine nacelles. Loads of detail on the panels there. Got another engine spar here, wing spar here as well. Not much detail on that though. Okay, so next up we have the sprue with the tail on, or a few other bits. So there's the tail sections, ailerons and rudders, etc. Looks like part of the interior pedals, maybe for the pilots. Got some nice looking sticks with levers. Part of the floor for the interior. It's probably the interior bulkhead, I'm thinking. Don't know what they are. What else we got here that we can pick out? Looks like the front tricycle undercarriage. A couple of guns. What are they? A couple of hatches that you can have open. Yeah. Is that another gun? Looks like it. Okay. Here we have, what we got on here? We got all sorts of bits. We got some bombs by the look of it. For the insides, we've got wheels with weighted tyres. I like it when they do that. Got some tread. What's that? That's got a front wheel. Looks like a front wheel. That's nice. 2-part engine. Engine covers. Looks like the propeller mounting. There's our ailerons. Looks like we can have them up and down, maybe? Maybe we can have them up and down. That's a nice touch if that's the case. And that looks like undercarriage, I'm thinking. A couple of pilots. Oh, there's little fins for the bombs there. There's another bit of the interior by the look of it. Yeah. Oh, looks good. Looks good. This one, I'm a bit confused by this. We seem to have more engine fronts, so I'm thinking there's an option there. Not sure what they are. A couple more guns. Some random tiny bits. Don't know. Okay, now we've got the fun part, the glazing section. So we've got two options on the glazed. I think that's the earlier version, the C, and that's the later version, the D, not 100% certain. So these are these side panels that went into the fuselage, if you remember. And kind of fit in there, like that. I'm not quite sure why that's like that. I mean, you might as well just put a little window in there. Don't know. Anyway, whatever. We've got a front of the nose. Couple of little windows. See, why not do the windows like that? Why do this? I don't know. Got another observation port there. I think that's an alternative nose with, that's the front nose top or greenhouse. A couple of wing lights by the look of it. Loads of little windows. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so 8.5 minutes. Decals. So we've got two decal sheets. We've got two different versions. Green and a desert version, and the desert version, which is this one, which is called Desert Warrior. I looked it up. Apparently it returned to the States in 1943 and did a war bond tour, and apparently Captain Ralph Lower and pilot Arthur Martin, Royal Canadian Air Force. Oh, right, okay, that explains why it's got those on it. Did a tour of the States for collecting war bonds, and there's like a little picture of all the places that they landed or took off or bombed or something. I'm not 100% certain. Missions, and a citation and a whole load of medals and stuff that they won. So that's how it went, dressed up around the States collecting war bonds, and as we can see, we've got the correct decals there. So that's really cool, interesting way of doing this. Here we've got the Desert Warrior, Distinguished Cross, Air Medal, Silver Star, Legion of Merit, Purple Heart, and we got a whole load of stencil and caution warning signs, etc. Two options on the stars. These are for the alternate version, which I'll show you in a second, which is called Lady Jane. So yeah, pretty cool. Lady Jane is not quite that interesting, it would seem. She was 23rd Anti-Submarine Squadron, Tampa, Florida, USA, July 1943. Yeah, I think we'd probably do that one. Kind of looks quite interesting. Incidentally, it's not silver, it's matte desert sand as the main colour. I thought it was silver when I looked at it. Okay, instructions. I'm really just going to power through these because there's 84 different parts, so I'm not really going to say a lot, I'm just going to show you them. This is cockpit interior at the front. Then we've got wing spars, cockpit going into fuselage. Another wing spar, more bits in the fuselage. Bombs going in for the open bomb bay. That looks pretty cool actually. And there we go, putting the two pieces of the fuselage together. Closed bomb bay doors on if that's what you want to do. Glazed parts for the landing lights. Wings going together. Now that's crazy side panel going on, so obviously, yeah, I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense, but never mind. Tail going together. Engine nacelles and undercarriage going on. Engines. Engine nacelles being put together and then onto the wings. Different set of instructions for each side, obviously. So that's probably why there's so many windows. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to present it on a screen, but it's a really good way of doing instructions. As many windows as possible. So there's the ailerons going on. No, it doesn't appear to be. I don't know, maybe it is an up and a down. I'm not quite certain. Undercarriage. Tricycle front undercarriage. Wheels going in. Then we start on the fun part, the armaments. Quite a few choices to be made on here. More armament. And we've got the front glaze section going on. Finally, the propellers and the rear viewport. Now, I seem to remember on the old Airfix one that it had side gun holes. It didn't have the under fuselage and ventral turret, and it had guns at the back. So maybe that's a B or an A. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay. So we also get a big stencil for big diagram showing exactly where all the stencils go as well, which is kind of useful. Very nice. So I think that's a great kit. Nice one, Airfix. That's a lovely kit of one of my favourite aircraft. Though I think maybe we might have to do a Russian one as well, because that'd be interesting. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. And this was What's in the Box 337. So get out there and watch the other 336, because I get paid 1/3 of a penny for every view. I need money to buy model kits so I can show them. I'm kind of crazy. Sound crazy. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Check out the other videos, and as always, be seeing you.